Hey guys, I'm MTR, also known as Math Rat,
Tiffany.
and we're from Comics After Dark, and we are here live at San Diego Comic-Con 2016. Woo! Fourth. Real quick, I want to know what's up with Tynion III, second, and first.
Well, my dad's working in New York, and the other two aren't around anymore. But yeah, you know, so I'm the only James Tynion on this side of the country. So that's you know.
And I pronounced his name wrong. Look at that. He corrected me already, making me feel bad in this interview.
I need to be sneaky about it. That's how I roll.
So you're the writer of several different things. You have some DC stuff going on, but we're here particularly to talk about The Woods. This is your ongoing with Boom Studios, which I always feel while reading your work, it's always nice to read something where you could spread your wings and flex and really get your story down that you want to write without being confined to continuity or anything like that. This is your big baby, if you will. We're just wrapping up year two. For the people that maybe haven't read The Woods, what's it about and what's happened so far?
The Woods is about a high school that's transported into the middle of an alien forest and all of the people trying to figure out how to survive and how to get home. It's sort of an adventure story starring a whole bunch of teenagers that just have never really found a place in the world and are trying to grow up in the face of real horrors and not understanding what might happen around any turn. There are horrifying monsters. There are the people who have been on this world for generations, because the big mythology behind the series is that once every 100 years, this planet has taken a small sample of the human population and dropped them there. And for thousands of years, none of them have ever figured out why they're taken there and what is the secret behind this world. And we just wrapped up our second year, which really pitted a bunch of the different societies on the world against each other. And now we are going into our third and final year of the book, which is going to resolve some of the biggest questions and the biggest mysteries behind The Woods. And I'm just really excited.
So, unfortunately, that means that we will be ending at issue 36, correct? Yeah. So, did you already have it planned out as this is going to be a 3-year thing, or did you just feel like, you know what, I think it's time to wrap it up with the next year? You feel like your story has already been told so far, and it's a good ending point?
I honestly, from the very beginning, it was in the original document, it was like, I need 36 issues to tell this story. I knew it was 3 years, because the way Boom does a lot of its books, each arc is 4 issues, so it's 3 arcs, 3 years and 3 arcs per year, and that's always how I envisioned it, sort of a 3-act structure. And this is the big finale, and I can't believe we're finally here.
Which has been great, and it has been a treat for anyone and everyone that has read it. I know our co-host Billy was always really excited to pick it up. We were always excited to read the previews to see exactly what's going on. And once again, like I said, when given your own project, it feels like you're actually able to flex and be able to tell the story that you really want to tell. Do you feel like sometimes you're confined when you have to work with maybe stuff that already has continuity already going, or do you feel like you're able to hit the ground running with no issues whatsoever?
I mean, it's flexing very different muscles, and honestly, that's the fun of it. With my work at DC, working on Detective Comics, I'm getting to play with all of the Bat family characters, all of these characters I know and love and I grew up with, and I'm getting to put them together in the way that I think that they should be put together, and I'm sending them off on the adventures that I've wanted to see them go on since I was a kid. But then over in The Woods, I am creating my own world. I control every element of what that world is, and with my artist, Michael Dialynis, I have there is something really beautiful and complete. And when writing The Woods is I put weight on myself, but I it's the easiest thing I do. I know the characters. The characters are all me. Yeah. So I'm able to just sort of sit down and I know exactly what every character say. I never need to find a character's voice, and there's something really magic in that. And yeah, and it's just like, and also it's very rare in the current environment to even get to an issue 24. So it's like 2 years in, these characters have grown, they've changed, they've become different people. And I've been there every step of that journey, and I can see where it goes next. It's a really incredible experience, and long-form comic storytelling is just one of my favorite things.
Now, with that being said, what can we look forward to in this next upcoming story arc heading into year 3?
Well, one of the biggest mysteries in the book so far has been the idea of the Black City, the city that seems to be alien on the other side of this world that might have the real truth behind why they were brought there. And the arc that starts year 3 is called the Black City, and we'll take our characters there for the first time. And similar to how we started year 2, we're going to jump another year forward. So we're going to see these characters in different positions and all of that, and then finally brought back together in order to go on this final journey. And that final journey may be able to send them home.
Now, I kind of feel bad for these characters, man, because you're just like, you know what? Like, I wouldn't leave you in charge of human beings because you're like, you know what? Let's just send them somewhere, kind of make them suffer. And no one's been able to figure out this. It's just in a Rubik's Cube. And they're like, just figure that out. And they're like, we can't. We got nothing. Oh, yeah. What inspired you to not only write this story, but definitely go down a little bit of a darker path than maybe some others wouldn't have chosen?
Honestly, this is the book that I wanted to write my entire life. Right when I first started, it was actually something that Scott Snyder told me. He said, if you could only write one comic book for the rest of your life, what would that comic look like? And I spent a lot of time thinking about it, and that's when I put together the pitch for The Woods. It uses elements of horror, elements of, teen characters trying to figure themselves out in the world. It has, so lots of angst. It has, adventure, sci-fi, elements of fantasy. It has everything I love in a combination that only I could create. So that is the thing that is special about the book to me.
Now, of course, we're here at Comic-Con, so what are you looking forward to being here? I know you already tried to catch a couple of booths, tried to catch a couple of panels. What are you personally looking forward to?
Honestly, one thing that I'm really excited about is Boom Studios actually has the first issue of my new series, The Backstaggers, out for advanced sale here, and it's a boombox series. It's my first all-ages book with the publisher, and it's about a bunch of stage crew weirdos, who are totally unrespected, nobody knows what they're up to, but the secret behind the backstage is that there's a whole magical world back there, and that when the actors are like, we need like this prop now, they'll go on an adventure and almost die and come back, and then the actors are like, not this one, like they just don't, they have no idea how dangerous and exciting that backstage world is. And I grew up as a stage crew kid. I found a lot, that's where I really found my first sense of community in high school. I was like, I was a queer kid in Milwaukee going to an all-boys Catholic school, and I found a home in the people, like just the weirdos who hung out backstage and built sets, and nobody ever gave us a second look, but we found family in each other, and I'm able to do that in this book, and I'm really, really excited. And I'm working with the artist Ryan Tsai on the book. It's beautiful. There are 2 versions of the first issue on sale. It doesn't come out here at Comic-Con. It doesn't come out in stores until the end of next month, so it's like people here at the show get a real advanced look, and I'm excited.
I'm definitely going to be picking that up. How do you feel with the transition from writing more darker books and being able to kind of jump on into lighter books? Is it a mental transition for yourself, or you're just like, I could just turn it off and on and be able to jump from one to another?
It's definitely a bit of a transition, and it definitely, sometimes I'm sort of stretching different muscles and I might sprain myself, but it is It's good though. It makes me more well-rounded. I'm writing, high-octane action, superhero, soap opera with Detective Comics. I'm doing like big world-building, young adult-ish, like dark stories in the woods, and then I'm doing like light stories about friendship and acceptance in the Backstaggers, and each of them are equally all me. And it's just, honestly, this is might be my favorite slate of books that I've ever worked on at one time. So I hope everyone's really enjoying it.
So this definitely feels like the silver age of James. So we can't wait to get the golden age. Of course, last but not least, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at James IV, all spelled out.
All right, thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
Thanks for having me.